Hello and welcome to my channel. This is the sixth video of pronouns. As you know that the series of pronouns is going on. And in today's lesson, we will learn about the relative pronouns. And relative pronouns are the pronouns which are mostly used in relative clauses. Okay? Then why don't we kill two birds with one stone? I mean, why don't we learn uh, relative clauses along with the relative pronouns? So today we are going to learn two things about the relative pronouns and about the relative clauses. Okay, because these two things are connected. Okay, so now in relative clauses there are mostly two clauses, you can say two clauses which are connected by the relative pronouns. Okay, okay, say on one side you can say that they work as you can say conjunction. You can say if you call if you call the relative pronouns the conjunctive pronouns, it will not be wrong. Why? Because here the relative pronouns have the function of conjunctive pronouns. Okay, so now you see this part of the sentence. Okay, this is the first class, this is the second class. Okay, now these two classes are connected by the relative pronoun. Okay, so the first class is called the relative class, the second class is called the main class or result class. Okay, now let's begin with them without any delay. Look at the first sentence. She is the girl who refused my proposal. Now here the girl is the subject and I am the object. Okay. Now you can see here it's written subjective case. Okay. She is the girl who I refused. Objective case. Okay. But informal. Okay. Mostly who is used for subjective cases for human beings. Whom is used for objective cases. Okay. For human beings. But in you can say informal cases, who is also used as you can say in objective cases. Okay. Now the difference between formal and informal is this, that formal English is this, that formal English is used mostly in you can say written English, in books. You can say in written, you can say simply you can say written English is called formal English, old English. Okay, original English. And informal English is called you can say modern English, spoken English. Okay, because there's a difference when we that we write about something, we write an article, anything, a statement, something, so that must be in formal English. Okay, but when we are speaking, so it does not matter whether it is formal English or informal English. Okay, so it is slightly you can say different. You can say formal English is a little different than informal English. Okay, informal is used mostly in spoken English, formal is used mostly in written English. Okay, now here this we can use who we can use for both, for subjective cases, for objective cases. But subjective cases it's okay, but when we use it for objective cases, then it will be informal. Means when it comes to speaking it's okay, but when it comes to writing, it might be a problem, that it can be wrong. Okay, why? Because objective cases already there is a relative pronoun, a pronoun is available there, whom we only use for objective cases. Okay, if you use it in okay, say spoken English, it's okay, it's not a matter, but in writings you must use whom. Okay, you cannot use who for you can say objective cases in written English. Okay, okay, she is the girl who I refused. Okay, now here who is the objective case, here is subjective case. Okay, but the original form of relative pronoun for objective cases this one. Okay, whom. Okay, she is the girl whom I refused. Okay, objective case formal. Okay, she is the girl who I refused, objective case but informal. Okay, now look at this sentence. This is the car which hit me. Okay, subjective case of which. Okay, which is used in subjective cases and objective cases both. Okay, this is the car which hit me. Now here this sentence I didn't do anything, okay? Whatever did the car did, okay? Means the car hit me, okay? I didn't do anything, okay? But in the lower sentence you will see that is the car which I bought. Now in the lower sentence the car didn't do anything, okay? The car is the object and I am the subject because I bought the car, okay? But in the upper sentence the car hit me, I didn't do anything. So the car was subject, I was object. But here the car is the object and I am the subject. You can see subjective case, objective case. Okay. I know a man. Now here I'm talking about the possessive case. Okay. Possessive case. I know a man whose son is a doctor. Possessive case. Okay. Now whose we mostly use can say in spoken English for things. Actually whose is used for human beings. Okay. And if we use it for things or animals, that will be informal, but it's okay. When it comes to speaking, okay, when it relates to spoken English, it's not a matter, okay. You can use whose, okay, for things, animals, okay. But when it comes to writing, then you should not use it, okay, because it is informal, okay. When you want to write something, a kind of article or can say magazine or anything, or you can say that you can say statement, okay, article, okay, then you use formal English. Now you see, this is the marker whose cape is lost, possessive case, but informal for things, okay. This is the original sentence, okay. This is the marker, the cape of which is lost, possessive case, formal, okay. Now see the difference between the formal and informal, okay. This is the marker whose cape is lost, okay. This is the marker whose cape is lost. This is informal, okay. I mean in spoken English, okay. Now written English, okay. This is the marker, the cape of which is lost, okay. So this is the difference, okay. Now when it comes to the word, okay, the pronoun what, okay, what, because as on the other hand it's a WH word, you can say, for asking questions, but it is also used in, you can say, relative pronouns, okay. But it has a problem that, you know, what, okay, pronoun does not have, you can say, antecedents. Now these are the antecedents, okay, because these relative pronouns relate to these nouns, okay. So these all nouns are called the antecedents, okay. The noun that comes before the relative pronoun is called the antecedent, okay. ANTECEDENT, antecedent, okay. So you see it's a noun, that's why it's an antecedent. It is a noun, it is an antecedent. It is a noun, it is an antecedent, sorry. It is a noun, it is an antecedent. It is an antecedent. Man is an antecedent. It's a noun. Marker is a noun. It's an antecedent. But see is a verb. It's not an antecedent. Okay. No is a verb. It's not an antecedent. Okay. So that's why the word what does not have antecedents. Okay. So you see here it's written no antecedent. No antecedent. Okay. Now you can see the examples. The sentences. I can't see what your problem is. Okay. You know what I mean. Okay. Now here this word has been used as a relative pronoun. Okay. Not you can say as a WH word. Okay, as a WH question. No. Okay. Now when it comes to the word the relative pronoun that, so that can be used in most of the places of the relative pronouns. Okay. It can be used in the place of who. It can be used in the place of which. It can be used in the place of whom. Okay. Mostly it is used. Okay. Now you can see here it is the subjective case. I have used it. It is the objective case of who. I mean whom. Here it should have been whom. Here it should have been who. But in both places I have used that because that can be used. Okay. Simply you can say that is like, you know, in our areas, actually in our local restaurants, you know, you can say in most of the vegetable foods, you know, the potato is mixed with you can say every food. Okay. So it is like that, potato. It is mixed with every vegetable. Okay. You can see the sentence now. He is the man that saw me in the market. Now the man is the subject and I am the object. Okay. So okay, in subjective cases, okay, actually it should have been he is the man who saw me in the market. Okay, but here it is written that saw me in the market. Okay, he is the man whom I saw in the market. But in both places I have used. Okay, one is who subjective case, one is whom objective case. But in both places I have used that. It means that can be used in both places. Okay, in also many places. Okay, now let's go to this side. Now here, when the relative pronoun is the objective, the relative pronoun is used in an objective case, so it can be dropped. When it is the subjective case, it cannot be dropped. Okay. Now you see, here it is dropped. Why? Because this word, this pronoun has been used as an object. Okay. You can see this sentence. The number which you have called is switched off. Now here it is the objective case because the number has done nothing. Okay. Okay. You have called it. Okay. You have used that number. You have called that number. That's why number is the object and you are the subject. Okay. So that's why you can see here it is dropped. The number you have called is switched off. The number you have called is switched off. Okay. It can be dropped in objective cases. Okay. Now you can see this objective cases. She is drinking the coffee which you made. Okay. She is drinking the coffee that you made. Okay. This is this case. Okay. That can be used in place of which also. Okay. Okay. She is drinking the coffee which you made. She is drinking the coffee that you made. She is drinking the coffee you made. Now here, okay, there is no relative pronoun. Why? Because as I told you before that, in objective cases, the relative pronoun can be dropped. Okay. Now, once again, you see, when it is the subjective case, then you cannot drop it. Okay. The teacher who taught me was a nice man. Subjective case. Okay. But here it is the objective case. Okay. Here actually I haven't written, but the same case. Okay. Objective case. It's written objective case, okay. Now these three sentences are the objective case, okay, but that's why the pronoun has been dropped in here. Why? Because of the objective case, okay. But here it is the subjective case. Here you cannot drop it, okay. In subjective cases, okay. The teacher who taught me now the teacher is the subject, okay. I am the object, okay. The teacher who taught me was a nice man, okay. It's okay. This sentence, okay. The teacher that taught me, this case, okay. That, okay, here it's been used that also, that as I told you before, that you can use in many places, okay, in place of the, you can say, relative pronoun, okay. Okay, the teacher that taught me was a nice man. These both sentences are okay, whether you use who, whether you use that, okay, no problem. But the teacher taught me was a nice man is wrong. You cannot drop the subjective, okay, say, okay, you cannot drop the relative pronoun that is in the subjective case. Okay. Okay. Now let's go to this one now. That is the house in which. Now here I want to tell you something that whenever a preposition comes before the relative pronoun, then you cannot drop the preposition. That relative pronoun. Once again I repeat. Whenever the preposition comes before the relative pronoun, then you cannot drop it. When there is no preposition nearby the relative pronoun, whether you can say before or after the relative pronoun, then it's not a problem. Okay, in this way you can drop it. Now you can see the sentence. That is the house in which we are going to live. Okay, now this is the informal way. This is the house in which we are going to live. This is informal case, okay, of using preposition, okay. Now look at the lower sentence. That is the house, or this is the house that we are going to live in, okay. So here in this case you have to put the preposition at the end, okay. But here in the upper sentence you have to put the preposition before the relative pronoun. Here you have to put the in formal case you have to put the preposition here at the end. Okay. Again, I will repeat these two sentences so that you understand the difference between formal and informal. Okay, of using prepositions. That is the house in which we are going to live. This is the informal case. Okay, that is the house that okay, you can say that sorry, that is the house which we are going to live in. Okay, I'm sorry, I forgot actually. I want to repeat them once again. That is the house in which we are going to live. This is the informal case. Now look at the formal case. Okay, that is the house which we are going to live in. Okay, that is the house which we are going to live in. Okay, so in formal cases you have to put the preposition at the end, but in informal cases you have to put the preposition before the relative pronoun. But when it comes before the relative pronoun, then you cannot drop the relative pronoun. But when it comes at the end, then you can drop it. Okay. Now you see, that is the house in which we are going to live. Informal case. Okay. That is the house which we are going to live in. Formal case. Okay. That is the house in that. Now I have put a relative pronoun here, but that. Okay, not which. That's why this is incorrect. When a preposition comes before the relative pronoun, then you have to put the real, okay, so the original relative pronoun, okay, not that. That can, as I told you, that can be used everywhere, you can say, in place of, you can say, most of the pronouns, okay. So that's why it is wrong. That is the house in that we are going to live. It is wrong, okay. Why? Because when preposition comes before the relative pronoun, then you cannot drop the relative pronoun or you cannot change it into that. Okay. For example, I want to tell you another sentence. I like the people with whom I work. Okay. Now here I cannot change whom. Now I will change it. Okay. When I will put the preposition there at the end. Okay. I like the people that I work with. Now here I've changed, okay, whom into that. But in that case, I like the people with whom I work, okay? With, then whom. I cannot say with that, no, okay? Now look at the second sentence. I like the people that I work with. When I put the preposition at the end, okay, in the formal case, it's okay. But in an informal case, I mean before the relative pronoun, whenever the preposition comes before the relative pronoun, then you cannot change it into that or you cannot drop it. Okay, you have to put the real relative pronoun. Okay, whatever it is, it can be who, whom, which. Okay, anything. Okay, so this was the case of relative clauses and relative pronouns. You can see these are the relative pronouns which are in red. Okay, these are the relative pronouns which are in red, and these are the relative clauses. As I told you before that there are mostly two sentences. I mean two clauses. Sometimes they are dependent clauses, sometimes they are independent clauses. Okay. Now simply I just want to give you a clue so that you understand them. Okay, how these are two sentences. Okay, different sentences. I mean they are relating to each other, but you can say each of them is a clause. You can say dependent clause. Okay, she is the girl. Now it's a sentence. Okay, I mean clause, a piece of a sentence. Okay, okay. I refused. Sorry, she refused me. She is the girl. One sentence. She refused me. Second sentence. Now these both sentences have been connected by this relative pronoun. Look at this sentence now. She is the girl. Again, it's a sentence. Okay. I refused her. I refused her. Okay. Now again, these two classes have been connected by this. Okay. She is the girl. Again, it's a class. Okay. I refused her. Again, these have been used. Okay. These have been connected by the relative pronoun. Okay. This is the car. It's a sentence. Okay. Class. Okay. Okay, it hit me. It hit me. This is the car. One sentence. It hit me. The second sentence. Okay, I mean two classes. Okay, so they are connected by this, relative pronoun which. Okay, this is the car. One sentence. I bought it. Second sentence. This is the car. One sentence. I bought it. Second sentence. You can say class. Okay, both are dependent classes. When you read them alone, then you will not understand that what is going to be mentioned here. That's why these can say both can say sentences relate to each other. Okay, they are connected, by this relative pronoun, or you can say conjunctive pronoun. Okay, so but here I want to tell you this part is called relative classes, and this part is called main classes. Okay, main classes or result classes. Okay, the result is shown here. Okay, the relation is shown here. Okay, so I think you have understood the difference between the relative pronouns and relative classes. Okay, so I think that is the end of the video. So uh, we will meet in a next video, in you can say in oncoming video, and until then, stay blessed, stay tuned. God bless you.